the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in to the virtual Pocono Raceway here in the Pocono Mountains of Pennsylvania as we get you ready for Week 4 of the OP Racing Throwback Series here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. My name is Dawson Wise. You're tuned in to all the action. Apologies for no broadcast last week scheduling. We all know how that can be. Unfortunately, life gets in the way sometimes. It got in the way last week. We'll recap last week for you here in just a few moments. I want to real quickly thank Premier Racing Setups for being the setup shop home of the Turn 3 Racing Network. Road setups, oval setups, dirt setups, endurance setups, whatever you may need, Premier Racing Setups has the setup for you. They do all kinds of great work, a lot of great drivers they have on hand to help them build their setups and build them to your liking. The setup home of the Turn 3 Racing Network is now Premier Racing Setups. Go check them out at prssetups.com for all your racing setup needs here on iRacing. Want to again do a special thank you tonight to Lumber1 for sponsoring tonight's race. And Lumber1 is Arkansas's go-to supplier for all your building material and design needs. Want to thank Lumber1 and Matt Hayden for sponsoring tonight's race. Appreciate that as well. You see their logo up there in the top left. Go check them out. It's a really awesome logo, if I may be candid here for a second. We're about to go to qualifying. With that being said, we're going to go trackside briefly for pre-race ceremonies and the playing of our national anthem.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back into the Pocono Raceway. If you're just joining us, welcome to Round 4 of the OP Racing Throwback Series, live tonight from the Pocono Raceway. as we get you set for round 4 action here in the OP Racing Thursday Night Revival Series. Cannot wait to get this one on the racetrack. It's going to be a lot of fun as we get ready to get this one underway in just a few moments. Qualifying on the racetrack right now, 2.5 minutes to go in that session. So in just a moment, we will go ahead and get that one underway. Last week in New Hampshire, last Thursday night, Matt Hayden, ironically enough, tonight's race sponsor, went to victory lane in New Hampshire, his first win in the OP Racing Throwback Series. I'm hoping to get a word with him here before the race. He is still running his qualifying lap, so if not, we'll try to work it out here at some point tonight. Would like to hear from the winner last week in New Hampshire, Matt Hayden in the 6, as he got the job done for his first win here on Thursday nights. It's a decent field tonight for Pocono. Over 20 cars have made the trip, and notably a few stand out to me, a few guys making their return to the series after a couple of weeks. Here, looking through the list, I know we got Josh Gathright in the field tonight as a Wednesday guy, a Monday guy from the OP Racing Premier Series. He's in the field here tonight in the 89. And don't look now, ladies and gentlemen. I know you guys know that name running second. The champ is in the house. The Season 1 OP Racing Throwback Series champion Tyler Bentley is in the field tonight. Currently the 3rd best time on the board so far. We look forward to seeing what the 55 can do. He won this race last season to crown himself as champion. So we look forward to seeing what he can do, what he can put onto the speedway as we prepare to go green here in Pocono. About 1:10 to go until race time. Matt Hayden coming around to finish his qualifying laps. I do believe we're going to try to get a chance to hear from him here. I don't want to squeeze him too much here close to race time, but we will try to get a word from him as he flies across the start-finish line right there and puts his qualifying time up 7th on the board for Matt Hayden. We'll see if he comes to a stop here. If he does come to a stop and exit the racetrack, we will go ahead and go grab him for a quick word, and we're going to do it. We're going to try to do it now. Bear with me. We're going to try to do it right now. I hope I'm not interrupting him here. But let's try to get a quick word with the winner of last week's race, Matt Hayden in the 6. Real quickly before we go green, Matt, it's Dawson in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
I don't want to squeeze you too much here before we get on the grid. I know it's awfully close on time, but did want to get a quick word from you. Unfortunately, missed the race last week. You go to victory lane in New Hampshire. How did it feel getting to victory lane here in the Throwback Series on a Thursday night?
It was good. Long, grueling race in New Hampshire. We had a real good battle with Strader. Just kind of pulled it out, so we're real lucky. Had a light field, so of course, kind of took advantage of that. But glad to finally put a number in the win column in the league. We've been so close in so many races, so just happy to kind of get that off the way.
Well, definitely a great moment for you. You come into Pocono tonight. You got the sponsorship on the race tonight. What's the game plan for you tonight in the 6 starting P7?
Well, we definitely jacked up qualifying, so we're going to be back in a little bit of traffic. Last time we ran this, we had a real long green flag run. Tire management was big. I see Tyler showed up late in this thing, so that's disheartening, definitely for the rest of the field. So we're just going to have to figure out how to keep pace and hopefully get a little bit of luck tonight.
Well, absolutely. Before we let you go really quickly, after that win in New Hampshire last week, anybody you'd like to thank or shout out here before we go green?
I just want to thank everybody, Zab Moto, Misfit Motorsports, teammate Jimmy in here with me, who's on front row, so congrats to him. He kind of had a bad lap too, so he should be starting on pole. But just want to thank, and also you for the broadcast, Turn 3 Network. We really appreciate you having you. Glad to bring you on with Lumber1.
All right, well, good luck tonight. Starting in 7th, we'll keep an eye on the 6th tonight as you work your way through the field. Maybe we'll be seeing you at the end. Good luck.
Hopefully so. Thanks, Austin.
Matt Hayden in the 6th, the winner from New Hampshire last week, and setting a record for the quickest pre-race interview I think I have ever done. So get on Matt there as we get ready to go into the green flag. We'll get you into our starting grid for tonight's race in Pocono, week number 4 of the OP Racing Throwback Series. And it's Christian Strader, a familiar sight, on the pole tonight. The Busch Chevrolet, a 55.733 to his outside. You heard Matt Hayden say it. How about Jimmy Fitzmaurice? What a great lap. And he said that's not exactly a perfect lap from the 33 and only 12 thousandths off the pole. So the Mountain Dew Code Red machine maybe looking sporty as well in the front row. The champ starts in P3. That's Tyler Bentley on the inside of row 2. And to his outside, the current points leader, Isaiah Dupree in the 86. Row 3, it'll be Hunter Carlson in the 2. Needs a good run this week to get his season on track. And Brian Elmore starts to his outside in position number 6. Row 4, the man who went to victory lane last week, the number 6. You heard him say for Zapmoto there in 7th. That is Matt Hayden. Believe the Viagra colors aboard that Taurus tonight. And his outside will be Davey Weaver in the 16. Row 5, it'll be Josh Gathright of the Monday and Wednesday series making a start here on Thursday. And next to him, a man who has had a really great start to the year, looking to continue his momentum. That is Cody Eldred in the 4. Dylan Pearson will roll from 11th tonight in the 5. The familiar Kellogg's colors, I believe, aboard there. You see him fly by the camera. The Cornflakes machine starts from P11. And Chris Weaver will start from the outside of row number 6 in position number 12. It'll be Jordan Anderson in the number 13 Sears Dodge starting in 13th tonight. The faster pastor, Stoney Bentfield's got some work to do early in the race. He starts tonight from 14th. It'll be Travis Elliott, the 51, starting from inside of row number 8. His outside will be Eric Kosciolik in the 7. Row 9, the boss man, Alex Green, in the black and silver number 3, starts in 17th. To his outside, it'll be the 19 of Andrew Maletta. Row 10 will be Bo Benham in the 64, our Daytona winner from last season, as well as Robert Edgerton of the Saturday Series making an appearance tonight as well, driving the 21. And shocking on the field tonight, the 777 of Adam Green. 21 have made the trip, have unloaded from the hauler, and are ready to get underway here at Pocono Raceway in the Pocono Mountains. The Tricky Triangle plays host to tonight's event. I'm so glad you all have joined me. It's going to be a great race. I hope you're looking forward to it. I'm glad you're along with me here for the ride. 21 drivers make their way on turn number 4. I say turn 4, turn 3 at Pocono. And into the restart itself for the first time. We're going green quickly. Green flag is in the air. We are racing from Pocono. Lap 1 complete. It's all Christian Strader at the front of the field as Fitzmaurice fends off an early challenge from Tyler Bentley. Isaiah Dupree has settled nicely into the 4th position. Josh Gathright, the biggest mover so far, already +4. Make that actually Travis Elliott +5. Back in the 10th position. Strader leads off turn number 1 as the field starts to get itself sorted out. Ooh, Andrew Maletta, Adam Green had some contact at the back of the field, but they keep it going. And we saw this in the championship race in the final race of Season 1, that when this race gets spread out, it gets spread out and ends up on pit stops, and it actually came down to pit stops in that race as well, and pit strategy as well. Christian Strader, the one that got away from him last season, looking to get one spot better and get to victory lane here on a Thursday night, and good start for him so far, an 8/10 lead over Jimmy Fitzmaurice. First battle on the racetrack is back there between Brian Elmore and the man on the move right now, Cody Eldred, has gained 2 spots in a span of a lap as he works his way forward. Trouble almost back there. Kosciolik, Green, and Maletta going to look 3 wide. Maletta going to get underneath Adam Green, going to get underneath a couple of other cars back there as well, like Kosciolik and Alex Green. Battle right here between Dylan Pearson and Travis Elliott. Pearson up 1 spot, Elliott up 4, as lap 3 is on the board here in Pocono. As they come down through turn number 2, Pearson will get the spot. He'll go to 10th, riding in behind Brian Elmore. You saw Davey Weaver catch the wall, the Nutrien Ag Solutions machine. The number 16, on the Kaulig Racing colors tonight. He got the wall in the opening lap, no damage, and he's able to keep it going. The battle rages here for the 10th position between Pearson and Travis Elliott as Christian Strader continues to lead the field by over a second now over Jimmy Fitzmaurice. Lap 4 on the board, and quickly the field is very, very spread out. Battle for 10th continues. Pearson to the inside of Travis Elliott. This time, Travis Elliott going to use that second lane and go right around Dylan Pearson and get that spot from him. No real battles on the speedway right now. Right as I say that, a battle is brewing here for the 6th position. It's Matt Hayden in the 6th. Viagra Ford Taurus underneath Hunter Carlson. He'll get the spot here in the tunnel turn. Carlson not wanting to push too hard here early. Matt Hayden give him position number 6 for the number 6 as he heads toward turn number 3. Looking now to chase down Josh Gathright, who is the man on the move so far in the race, up 4. From 9th to 5th early on, and now putting the pressure on the back bumper of Isaiah Dupree, the points leader right in front of him. This is going to be a battle, I believe, halfway down the front straightaway. Gathright in the Applejack Chevrolet tonight. Behind the Graphics Chevrolet Camaro of Isaiah Dupree. Drag racing down to 1. The battle for 2nd as well has started to heat up just a little bit between Tyler Bentley and Jimmy Fitzmaurice. So we look forward to that here in just a moment. Gathright loses some ground to Isaiah Dupree, and everybody else now is settled into their positions. The battle for 2nd seems to be the one that's brewing the hottest so far here on the racetrack. Tyler Bentley has run down Jimmy Fitzmaurice here on the tunnel turn. Bentley patient here into turn number 2. Across the tunnel they go. Fitzmaurice, a nice run through the middle of the corner there. He's going to fend off another charge from Tyler Bentley. Bentley, the winner at Pocono last season to end the season in the 55. Now this time goes all the way to the curbs, 2 lanes down from the left side of Fitzmaurice. Fitzmaurice going to try to use the top to fend off that 55. And off turn number 3, not going to be able to do it. As here comes Tyler Bentley. He wants position number 2. Drag race down the front stretch. Almost wrecking further back. Everybody's no harm, no foul so far. Battle for 2nd continues here into turn number 1. Hard drive in the corner for Fitzmaurice. Bentley will try to use the middle of the corner to get past him. Nothing doing. How about Jimmy Fitzmaurice early in this one? Hanging on to 2nd position. As Bentley looks for any way around him that he can find. Great racing early on again at Pocono. We saw that great racing early in the championship race last season. Between Bentley, Isaiah Dupree, Matt Hayden, Christian Strader, and a couple others. That was a really, really fun race to watch. As Bentley now gets another great run off the tunnel turn. This time I think he may complete the pass. He's all the way almost clear. He's about a bumper short of getting clear off 3. Can he outmuscle the 33 to the gas? Yes, he can. Move the defending champ, Tyler Bentley, to P2. Trouble further back. That was Dylan Pearson getting out of shape off turn number 3. A couple others get out of shape now. It's Alex Green that was out of shape back there, as well as, I believe, Chris Weaver that might have been out of shape. They get it back together. Now Dupree sets to work here on Fitzmaurice as Bentley starts to set to work on Christian Strader, who is about 2.5 seconds ahead of the 55. And now everybody's single file. No real battles on the racetrack. The battle starts to brew here for position number 3. Dupree has found, and right as I say that, trouble. Davey Weaver has gone for a slide back here in the number 16. And just as soon as we got going, caution flag is out for the first time here on lap number 7. We'll go back. This is back for the battle for, I believe, 12th position, right in front of the faster passer, Stoney Benfield. This is a battle between Jordan Anderson and the 16 of Davey Weaver. And off of turn number 1, it looks to me like Jordan Anderson is going to catch the outside wall. Get a great view looking down the Long Pond straightaway. You see Anderson, he's loose, trying to hold on to the car. He's going to tap the outside wall, I believe, right here, actually. Kept it off the wall for the most part. And as he goes through, I think, reset for the straightaway, perhaps he's going to bounce off the wall. There it is right there. You see him get into the outside wall, and then you're kind of stuck to it at that point. As he tries to turn left off the wall, he's going to collect the 16 of Davey Weaver, who nowhere to go for him. Jacks up the 10 of Jordan Anderson. Great miss by Stoney Benfield. I think he missed that. We'll take another look at it in a moment. Weaver sliding through the grass. Anderson is going to bounce off the wall and try to lock it down. He does actually have some right rear damage on this car, so not as free from harm as I had thought. Actually has some front end damage from bouncing off the wall as well. We'll take another look at it. This was coming off turn number 1 onto the Long Pond straightaway. We'll actually go up top here and go to the chopper view. And I'll show you exactly what I mean. When I mean he got stuck to the wall. Watch Anderson here. As he resets to go down the straightaway, he got loose out of the corner. As he resets, you'll see him right there through the trees. He kind of glues his car to the wall. He kind of gets stuck. And unfortunately, the only way to get unstuck right there is to hang a left. And as he does, he goes right in the path of Davey Weaver. We get to the back of him. I think there is going to be some damage here for Stoney Benfield. Yep, a hit right there. Now, lucky for him, it does not look like anything crinkled on his car. But Anderson has some damage on both ends of the machine from hitting the outside wall and from that little netcode hit from Stoney Benfield. We'll actually go on board with Stoney Benfield right here. Was running right behind this battle. We'll go back into turn one so I can show you again what I mean when I say Jordan Anderson was glued to the wall. Here you go. You're on board with Stoney Benfield. Watch Anderson up ahead. Right there, he glues himself to the wall, and as he comes off, you see the contact, and woohoo, boy! Early stress there for Stoney Benfield, but he gets it all under control and gets past that one. No harm, no foul. He runs in the 15th position now on the racetrack. So we go back to live action. We'll go back up front where Adam Green and Andrew Moletta have decided to roll the dice on pit strategy here early on in the night. They're going to stay out under the caution and inherit the race lead. Strader, Bentley, Gathright, Fitzmaurice, Hayden, Carlson, Eldred, and Travis Elliott make up the remainder of your top 10 off of the pit lane. So 2 drivers stay out, 19 opt to make pit stops under this, the first caution of the night here on lap number 9. Thanks again for joining me here on a Thursday night. Use the chat feature if you want to get involved here during this race. And use that chat feature. Utilize it during the race. Some of you you're cheering for tonight out of the field of 21 of these drivers. We'll get ready to go back to green. I believe we'll be back green on lap number 11 of 80. It'll leave us with even 70 laps to go here from Pocono Raceway. Really quickly, under our first caution of the night, as Green and Moletta come to pit road, cede the lead back to Christian Strader. Do want to give a huge shout-out, a huge congratulations to OP Racing Zone Cody Nagels of the Monday Premier Series, the Wednesday Grand National Series defending champion of the Dale Cup Games team on Monday night, as last night he picked up a win in the E-Racing Association's Omega Cup Spring Bowl, which is one of the premier oval races on iRacing on a yearly basis. It was a loaded field filled with NASCAR iRacing Coca-Cola Series drivers, including Malik Ray, Michael Guest, Colin Bowden, and plenty more. Matt Busa was in the race as well. It was a really, really impressive field of well-known drivers, and Cody was able to come out on top and win a grand prize of $4,000 of a payout last night. One of the largest payouts that iRacing gives out every single year is the Omega Cup Spring Bowl, and one of OP Racing's own got the job done last night. So congratulations to him and to that team that ran that race last night. What a huge honor that is for them, and a huge moment, a huge accomplishment to see OP Racing pump out a driver that can go win a race like that. So congratulations to Cody for an incredible accomplishment last night at Daytona. 70 laps to go here from Pocono. As we get ready to go back under the green flag, it'll be Strader, Bentley, Gathright, Fitzmaurice, and Hayden, your top 5. As we got 10 laps under our belts so far, it means 70 are still remaining, and I'll tell you what, the racing was pretty good there on the opening stretch of this race. So we'll see if they can rekindle that good racing up front. Strader's lead is gone. Everybody's on fresh tires. Tyler Bentley is right back into this battle. And for a man who went to victory lane here last season, you know he knows how to get around this racetrack. We'll see what he can do on this, the second restart of the night. Christian Strader brings him back down the front stretch. Green flag will go back in the air. There it is. Lap 11 goes on the board. We are back racing once again from Pocono. Isaiah Dupree lost a ton of spots on this pit stop. Going to have to tear back through the field. Not sure what happened there on the 86 trouble. Around goes Davey Weaver. Further back, the 16 is around. Off the bumper of Isaiah Dupree. And he goes for a slide. A couple of others. Andrew Moletta has damage. Jordan Anderson has damage. I believe Robert Edgerton may be in this one as well. Excuse me, that's Chris Weaver that is involved. And the second caution flag is going to come out just as soon as the first. We did not even make it down to turn number 2. The leader's just now in turn 2. And it started, I believe, with a stack up further back when Davey Weaver got turned off the bumper of Isaiah Dupree. We'll try to take a look at it here. As we got the green flag, we'll try to get a decent look at this. I don't know what camera angle we'll be able to see. Here we go. Here's a pretty good one right here. So Dupree at this point was running just outside the top 10 in behind Davey Weaver. He just did not have a great pit stop and was logged in traffic. And as everybody starts to go, Dupree is going to take a look here once they cross the start-finish line to the inside of Weaver in the 16. You see up ahead, Dylan Pearson's out of line as well. And right here, as Dupree goes to maybe commit to the outside line, perhaps he gets in the back of Davey Weaver. No? Oh, Weaver's going to have to lift, I think, for Dylan Pearson. Is off the pace on this restart, and as he lifts, Dupree gets in the back of him and sends him into the outside wall. Another near miss here for Stoney Benfield in the 75. Weaver slides sideways. The field scrambles to the inside or outside. Kosciulik, unfortunately, cranks the wheel over a little bit too hard. And, wow, big hit in the back. That's Milletta, the back of Jordan Anderson. As Weaver slides to a stop, Kosciulik bounced off the outside wall. And you see Milletta and Jordan Anderson. Man, what a hit for those two. We'll go back, take another look here on the front straightaway as they went down towards turn number 1. You see Weaver get hit sideways here. Again, not really any harm to Isaiah Dupree, not really any fault to him here. It's more just kind of circumstance. Dylan Pearson did not get going on that restart. And unfortunately, the ensuing stack-up resulted in the Weaver machine going sideways. There's the hit. My goodness, Milletta jacks the back tires up off the ground of Jordan Anderson. You see Weaver not really involved. Chris Weaver, that is, not really involved, but simply going through the grass to avoid the incident. We'll take one final onboard look, or excuse me, another onboard look with Stoney Benfield, who happened to be behind another one of these. You see him up there. There they start to wreck. Excuse me, this is onboard with Alex Green. So he scrambled to the inside. Now we'll go on board with Stoney Benfield, who was right behind this wreck when it starts. So up to the gears they go. You're going to see Weaver kind of have to lift here for Pearson, and squeezing through the gap again is Stoney Benfield. Not the uneventful start of the night I'm sure that he wanted tonight. He's had to work for it already in this race. But misses another one and is back out on the racetrack in 18th. So another caution quickly here on lap number 13 of 80 from the Pocono Raceway. It's still Christian Strader running position number 1, but Tyler Bentley cedes his second position to come down pit road and now drops to 11th. So he's got work to do on this restart when we get back green to get back up to the front. So it's Strader leading, Fitzmaurice second, Hayden third, Eldred fourth, and Brian Elmore is fifth. Robert Edgerton is up to 6th. Adam Green is up to 7th. It'll be Gathright in 8th, Bentley in 9th, and Alex Green will round out the top 10. We'll go back to green on lap 15, 66 laps remaining here from the Pocono Raceway. As it's been all Christian Strader to this point. He's led every lap of this race since we dropped the green flag. And we'll see if he can continue to do so here once we go back green next time around the flag stand. Like I said, the one that got away for Strader, he felt like last season, was Pocono. Had several looks at our champion Tyler Bentley in that race and made a couple of pit road mistakes in that race, where it looked to me like he was going to run down Tyler Bentley on pit strategy and potentially pass him for the victory. A couple of costly mistakes that he does not want to redo. Here tonight he wants to go to victory lane and get to victory lane, get that monkey off his back, and get into the winner's circle for the first time here on a Thursday. We'll see if he can do it on this restart and see if we can set a little bit of a green flag run into motion here and get to the pit strategy like we did last time we were in Pocono. So Strader, Fitzmaurice, Hayden, Eldred, Elmore, your updated top 10. or top 5 as Edgerton, Green, Gathright, Bentley, Alex Green will round out the top 10. Only one car is laps down. It is Davey Weaver. He is 1 lap down at the tail end of this field. Actually, you see him on the inside here of the leader. Gonna have to get it back the hard way. Everybody else, all 20 cars, are still on the lead lap. Off turn number 3 again. Pace car dives to pit road. We wait on the flagman to give the signal. Down to the restart zone they come. Green flag is back in the air. We're back underway from Pocono on lap 15. Up through the gears they go. You see Davey Weaver. They're going to have to contend with him up here at the front of the field. They start to spread out further back. Carlson, Elliott, Anderson, Pearson, Gathright all out of line. Into turn number 1. Sailing off in is Christian Strader. Now they start to negotiate the lap car of Davey Weaver. It's Fitzmaurice, the first one to get around him. Last week's winner, Matt Hayden, will try to follow his footsteps, as well as Cody Eldred in the 4, the Sharpie machine. And down the straightaway, Fitzmaurice, Hayden have cleared. And Weaver going to jump in front of Cody Eldred. Didn't like that. Jumps across him. Goes across over here into turn number 2, the tunnel turn. And goes on by the lap machine. Oh, in the car in the wall. Jimmy Fitzmaurice pounded the outside retaining wall there on turn number 2. And now is going to lose a ton of ground. Matt Hayden through to 2nd. Eldred will look for 3rd. That's all going on behind the leader, Christian Strader, who's already built a lead of over a 2nd. So Hayden, Fitzmaurice, Eldred continue to battle for 2nd. Hayden has got that spot pretty solidly now. A couple cars loose there off turn number 3. Adam Green, Gathright, Alex Green were all out of shape. And we watch for Tyler Bentley. You see him back there, the Buckeye Racing Network. Number 55 Ford Taurus. Runs currently in the 10th position. As he tries to run down the rest of the leaders. Still about a second separate Christian Strader and Matt Hayden, our 2nd place car. Battle right now is for 6th between Elmore and Adam Green. There's some battles back there. Davey Weaver is in the wall again back there in the 16 as he continues to drop ground to the leaders going into turn number 2. And the lead starts to close up a little bit. Last week's winner, Matt Hayden. The Viagra Ford Taurus is on the move here in turn number 3, but a caution flag is going to halt that as they have crashed further back. It involves Travis Elliott. It involves Stoney Benfield. Elliott, big damage to that machine. No damage, it appears, to Stoney Benfield. Looks like Dylan Pearson may also be involved, as well as Davey Weaver. Travis Elliott is going to be on the brunt end of this one. This was back around that battle for 6 we were talking about. Travis Elliott was running in the 8th position, right behind that battle in turn number 2. And let's see what happens here when they come off turn number 2. Oh, Adam Green all the way out of the throttle here as he tries to get that car corralled. And Elliott looks like is going to have a gap. So what happens here off turn number 2? Down towards turn 3. Still nothing wrong. Adam Green bounces off the wall, comes down, and turns the 51 of Travis Elliott, who hits the outside wall right there. Crunches up the front hood of that car. And is going to slide down. You're going to see guys bail to the bottom here to try to get around this. Let's see if anybody else is actually involved in this wreck. Dupree, pretty close call for him. You see Benfield's going to have to bail to the grass. Dylan Pearson bails to the grass, and we get away with a 2-car incident there between Adam Green and Travis Elliott somehow, some way. You see Green bounce off the wall. He's got the brakes locked up, trying to keep it off the wall. But unfortunately cannot. Comes down right here. It's going to be the contact with the 51 of Elliott. You see Elliott bounce off the wall right there. And luckily for him, nobody comes along and T-bones him here while he's sideways on the racetrack. A couple of close calls, but no harm, no foul here for Travis Elliott, who does have some damage, but could have been a lot worse. As he slides to a stop on the exit of turn number 2. Take one more look at it here from up above. See Adam Green hit the wall. He's going to bounce off the wall, and as Travis Elliott tries everything he can to give him plenty of room, unfortunately just not enough real estate. May have taken him by surprise a little bit as well. But again, somehow, not sure how we got away with a 2-car incident there, but we do. Everybody else manages to skirt their way by. We end up with just a couple cars involved in our third caution of the night. Another caution in relatively quick order. Involves Travis Elliott and Adam Green. Another split strategy under the caution flag. Hunter Carlson, Chris Weaver, Matt Hayden. Actually, Hayden did come to pit road. Carlson and Weaver stayed on the racetrack. Hayden, the first one off pit road. Behind him, Schrader and Josh Gathright. Brian Elmore, Cody Eldred, Adam Green, Jordan Anderson, and Tyler Bentley make up the rest of your top 10. 18 laps on the board, almost a quarter of the way through this one in Pocono. We'll go back green on lap 20, so it'll be 61 laps to go, when we go back under the green flag in about a lap or so. Programming note for you after this race tonight. Right after this race goes checkered. In fact, it may overlap just a little bit. You'll want to get to the Ghost Racing Network for the running of tonight's Gen 6 race at Talladega. The FEGCustomPC.com 50 with 45 this week with 45 laps at Talladega in the 2021 era Gen 6 race cars. You won't want to miss that one. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'll be joining Austin Green on the call on the Ghost Racing Network when we get done here in Pocono. A bit of a Thursday doubleheader for you here tonight for your viewing pleasure, as plenty of racing to go around, plenty of racing tonight. You don't want to miss the end of this one, so stick around. But after this race ends, head over to the Ghost Racing Network and check out this PGR Esports put on the FEGCustomPC.com 45 from Talladega. So Carlson and Weaver roll the dice this time around and actually are going to stay out on the racetrack. We saw Adam Green and Andrew Moletta do this and then pit with 1 lap to go until the green flag. This time, Carlson and Weaver pretty confident, and they are going to try to stay up front and try to maintain some track position here on lap number 18. A couple straight cautions. I don't really hate this move from the 2 or the 88. It's pretty smart. Try to flip your track position and get ahead of all that stuff that's going on at the back. And run up here with the leaders, so we'll see if they can do so and hang on. So Carlson, Weaver, Hayden, Schrader, Gathright, your top 5 as we get ready to go back under the green flag. Yet again, after our third caution of the night here on lap 19. Quarter of the way through, and 3 quick cautions here since lap 11 have halted things at the Pocono Raceway. Hunter Carlson is the race leader, and he will bring the field off turn number 3 and on the long front straightaway as he waits for the green flag into the restart zone once again. Still waiting. Green flag is in the air. We're back racing, and up through the gears they go once more in Pocono. Trouble further back. It's Kosciolek and Bo Benham. Jimmy Fitzmaurice, Travis Elliott, and others are involved. And we've piled up here on the front stretch on the caution on the ensuing green flag. And Jimmy Fitzmaurice, Alex Green, and others are involved in this one as they stacked up on the restart. And puts us right back under the caution flag here on lap number 20. So we'll take another look at it here. You're going to see them up in front of Fitzmaurice here about Alex Green's range. You're going to see a stack up begin here on the race start as somebody up ahead of them did not get going. And as Kosciolek comes to a stop, Alex Green, hard to stop that car at that point, runs underneath the 7 of Kosciolek and spins him sideways. They're going to collect Bo Benham, and then Travis Elliott, here he comes. He can't get stopped. He collects Jimmy Fitzmaurice. Several of these cars hit together here on the front stretch. And put us under the 4th caution flag of the night on lap 21. We'll take another look at it, but it's pretty cut and dry here. A stack up on the start causes some problems. You're near the tail end of the field. We'll look from the drone cam. There you see the contact between Green and Kosciolek. There you see Bo Benham and Travis Elliott. They're going to come into the wreck as well. Here's the contact between Fitzmaurice and Travis Elliott as they went off towards turn number 1. And Edgerton, again, hard to stop these cars. So Edgerton not able to get his car woed down in time to miss the Fitzmaurice machine, excuse me, the Travis Elliott machine. And it puts us under yet another caution on lap number 20. We'll take one more look at it here. We'll actually go onto the 19 of Andrew Maletta. We'll go onto the gearbox camera here, looking backwards. Here you see the contact behind him as the wreck starts to unfold as he gets up through the gears. And another caution flag is out here on lap 22 of 80. So we had a good first 10, 11 laps, and a caution flag on lap 11 has kind of halted the proceedings. We've had 4 now in the past 11 laps of racing. So see if these guys can get it sorted out, get some green flag racing here with 59 laps to go, be 58 when we cross the start-finish line this time by. We'll run down the top 10 for you very quickly. Hunter Carlson runs first. Chris Weaver runs second. Matt Hayden is third. Christian Strader's fourth. Josh Gathright is in fifth. Brian Elmore is sixth. Cody Eldred is seventh. Adam Green is eighth. Jordan Anderson is ninth. And Tyler Bentley runs in the top 10. We'll do just a full field rundown for you here before we go green. Isaiah Dupree is 11th. Dylan Pearson 12th. Andrew Maletta 13th. Stoney Benfield 14th. And Bo Benham is 16th. Jimmy Fitzmaurice is 17th. Travis Elliott 18th. Fitzmaurice is 16th, Travis Elliott 17th, Alex Green is 18th, Robert Edgerton is 19th, Eric Kosciolek is a lap down in 20th, and Davey Weaver runs in 21st. Lights are out atop the pace car. We will try this once again. When we get back around, it'll be 57 laps to go here at the Pocono Raceway, over a quarter of the way through our scheduled distance tonight of 80 laps, and that will be the distance. No matter what, if we end under green, if we end under caution, we will end at the completion of lap 80. Carlson and Chris Weaver, this is what they wanted to see, as laps tick away without him having to defend those top 2 positions. They didn't even have really a chance to defend them. With the quick caution there under our last restart, so they'll face another challenge here as we get ready to go back under the green flag. They'll certainly face some opposition here. So we get ready to go back green again with 57 laps to go in the Pocono Mountains. I want to thank everybody once again for joining me tonight. If you like what you see, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Come back and watch some more. Watch our other nights of OP Racing Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday when we have our Super Speedway Series as well. Another shout out, another thank you to Lumber1 Home Center, the go-to source for home supplies in the state of Arkansas. Thank them for their sponsorship of tonight's race. Hunter Carlson will bring the field off turn number 3. This long front stretch again going to play a factor, as the green flag will come back out with 57 laps to go. We are ready to get this thing back underway. Hunter Carlson, Chris Weaver, Matt Hayden, Christian Strader, Josh Gathright. The top 5 under this, the 4th caution of the night. Back into the restart zone one more time. We wait on the flag, man. There's the green flag. We're back racing. 57 laps to go from Pocono. Everybody gets going okay that time, so we actually are going to make more than about a quarter of a lap, as they will race down to turn number 1. Sailing it off into 1 is Hunter Carlson, the new race leader. Matt Hayden, the first guy on new tires, currently runs in 3rd. We'll have to negotiate Chris Weaver first, the 2nd place car. And Hunter Carlson will start to run away. Davey Weaver slides in line. There's a lap machine. As Matt Hayden goes on by, that's for 3rd position. Actually, 2nd position, excuse me. And he goes on by, so now he will be able to run down the 2 of Hunter Carlson. We'll see how quickly this happens on this run of the race. Carlson's pulled out to a nice 9/10 of a second lead. I don't know how long this will last now that Matt Hayden is, for the most part, through traffic. And headed down towards turn number 1 again. Hayden all the way to the bottom of the racetrack now, drifts back up, gets across the nose of Davey Weaver, and will start to try to run down Hunter Carlson for the race lead. Here in turn number 1. Chris Weaver holding on to third right now. Strader is trying to get to him for that position, but now Strader is glued to the outside wall. He's going to get passed by Josh Gathright. Chris Weaver holds on to third. Gathright goes to fourth as Strader loses some valuable time, now runs in the 5th position. We're going to keep it here, as when we come back around, it'll be 55 laps to go, and the lead is starting to shrink a little bit here for Hunter Carlson. Matt Hayden has gotten on his horse, and now is within 0.6 of a second of our race leader. Trouble! Around goes Davey Weaver. Is he going to hit the pit barrels? I don't think so. He ended up on pit road, so I don't think we're going to have a caution flag. We are going to stay green here on lap 26. Another tough break there for Davey Weaver. Off turn number 1, the battle for the lead continues to heat up half a second. Now separate Hunter Carlson and Matt Hayden in the 6, as Hayden continues his path to the front, trying to get back to the lead with 55 laps to go. Schrader's still running in 5th. Tyler Bentley now runs in 7th, as he's picked up a couple spots, as has Isaiah Dupree, who now is up to the 9th position. Gap continues to get smaller back there to Matt Hayden. It's about 2 car lengths here as they roll down the long front straightaway. 54 laps to go this time by. Gathright gets on by Chris Weaver. That's for 3rd. Strader will follow him through. Now more trouble. Jordan Anderson is around to the back of the field. He ends up on pit road. But again, I think no harm, no foul. He's going to come back out on the racetrack and keep it going. Hayden runs a lane up the racetrack. Carlson runs down on the curb. Off of turn number 2 one more time. Still Carlson and Hayden. Oh, Tyler Bentley got the outside wall off turn number 1. For the lead into the tunnel turn. Here comes last week's winner, Matt Hayden in the 6. He will go on by new leader, Matt Hayden in Pocono. So Hayden gets on by here for the lead from Hunter Carlson. And will now pull away by 5 car lengths as they go off into turn number 3. And we'll start to try to set sail. 2 seconds back to Josh Gathright. 2.5 back to the battle for 4th between Chris Weaver and Christian Strader. Now the battle for the lead is settled. We'll go back and watch some of the battles throughout the field as we get into a groove here on lap number 28. It's Christian Strader versus Chris Weaver for the 4th position. You see the battle back there. That is for 11th position. Dylan Pearson gets that from Adam Green. Best battle on the racetrack is still right here for the 4th position between Christian Strader and Chris Weaver. Weaver, a defensive line here down the long pond straightaway and down towards turn number 2, as he will continue to try to block Christian Strader's advances. He is now stuck in the 5th position as they run on the racetrack right now. Now looks to the inside again. Strader was the fastest car in practice and qualifying. Looks to get back to the front. With under 55 laps to go, only a couple of pit stops in this race, he's going to be able to make up any time. He's got to get spots where he can here on the early runs of this race. He for now holds 4th, but they stay double file down the front stretch and will pass the line again. 52 laps to go now at the Pocono Raceway. Weaver doing an excellent job of holding his position here in the 4th position, but don't look now. The mirror is getting awfully full of Tyler Bentley and Isaiah Dupree, and ladies and gentlemen, for the first time since last season, they have found each other again. That'll be can't miss TV if Dupree can get in the back bumper of Tyler Bentley here. And it's always been can't miss TV when those two get together. And it looks like we're headed that way again. Strader finally clears Chris Weaver. That is for 4th. Bentley going to take a look here for the 5th position. And Isaiah Dupree may follow him here for 6th. As lap 29 continues to be on the board. Bentley run all the way down to the curbs here by Chris Weaver. Dupree going to try to follow him in his footsteps. And down the long front straightaway again, side by side. The battle is on for the 5th position. The defending champ Tyler Bentley now gets on by. Going into turn number 1, he should be able to get clear. Dupree trying to find the right line. Thought about splitting between them. Instead, thinks better and goes back to the outside of the racetrack. Bentley has to roll out of the throttle, and Weaver is able to hold the position. But Tyler ran up the hill where he wanted to run. A lane and a half off the bottom, and it works for him. And he gets a nice drive off onto the long pond straight. And Chris Weaver is in the outside wall. He's got to bring it off the wall. Give 5th position to Tyler Bentley and 6th to Isaiah Dupree. And this is must-see television in front of Chris Weaver. These two have found each other again. A classic is going to be brewing here for the 5th position between Tyler Bentley and Isaiah Dupree. We'll keep it here for a moment. There's no other incredible battles on the racetrack currently. Gathwright's in the wall in front of Christian Strader. Keep an eye on that as Strader continues to run him down. Dylan Pearson all the way down to the pit wall there off turn number 3. Strader catching Gathwright for 3rd. Dupree catching Bentley for 5th. Through turn number 1, Bentley runs that line that he wants to. Dupree runs down on the curbs. They may have to separate from this battle as Bentley starts to drive away just a little bit and go to the battle for 3rd, which is really brewing now. Christian Strader has caught the back bumper of Josh Gathwright, and now we'll look around him for 3rd. Try to get back to the race leaders. So far, the only ones to maintain pace here with Matt Hayden on this run has been Christian Strader. For reference, last lap for Hayden, a 56.52. The last lap for Strader, a 56.14. For Bentley, a 56.37. And for Dupree, a 56.4. Strader tries to run Gathwright all the way down the front straightaway. Let's see if he can get past him here into turn number 1 and try to take a hack at 2nd place Hunter Carlson. He will. Carlson runs up the speedway in turn 1, and now Christian Strader is on the move at Pocono. He is up to 3rd, trying to make his way back to the race lead after an early tough break on a caution flag. Just caught him not in the race lead. He's trying to get back to it. And now he runs in the 3rd position, so we'll keep an eye on him. So run lap 32 here at the Pocono Raceway. It'll be 48 laps to go. Next time by from Pocono. These guys are well within the pit run at this point. I believe 2 stops is the strategy from here. So we'll wait to see what laps they decide to start pitting. Josh Medlock's in the chat. Josh, good to see you, brother. The race has gone pretty well, honestly. It's been a pretty good one here. A few cautions earlier, but now, knock on wood, since about lap 22, we've been back under the green flag and running no harm, no foul. So these are not ARCA cars. Tuite. I'm sure I'm butchering that, sorry. These are not ARCA cars. These are Gen 4 race cars. The ARCA body that we currently have on iRacing is the same. It's just the Gen 4 horsepower package. So a little bit more horsepower, a little bit harder to drive, faster race cars. They mirror about the 2004, 5, 6 cars-ish in terms of body style and horsepower. You can tell the pace has slowed a lot down. You see how slow Strader runs through turn 3 right there. The pace is really slowed here on lap 34. As Chris Weaver is going to come to pit road. Obviously that strategy for he and Hunter Carlson. They're going to have to pit a lot earlier as the battle for second is underway. Hunter Carlson's been caught here by Christian Strader. Matt Hayden continues to run away with the lead, but Strader wants second. Once he gets to second, I imagine he'll start to pick up some more time on our race leader, Matt Hayden. Strader back in behind Hunter Carlson here as they run down the Long Pond straightaway and now down towards turn number 2. And again, Strader backs up the corner, now looks for a good exit, gets wicked loose, sideways loose. So did Dupree there off turn number 2. Both have to back out of the throttle. Tyler Bentley has caught Josh Gathwright for 4th. And you can tell just how slow these times have gotten here on this lap. But Hunter Carlson will cede the second spot and come to pit road on lap 35. So the early strategy here for him and Chris Weaver. We'll see how it works out for him as the race continues on. Matt Hayden is your leader on lap 35. We are 5 laps short of the halfway point at the Pocono Raceway. as Matt Hayden continues to lead the way. It's down to turn 2. Hayden leads by 3 seconds over Christian Strader in the continuing battle for some of these spots back here. The battle right now is going to be for third. Gathright, Bentley, and Dupree all involved in this one for third. G. Falco says Jimmy Fitzmaurice is going to win the race. He's back up to 10th. A nice recovery for Jimmy Fitzmaurice. So far back inside the top 10. We'll see what he can continue to do as the race gets into later stages. And Chris Converse in the chat. Taking the night off tonight. After a surgery a couple months ago, Chris continue to recover. Get well soon. Hopefully that recovery continues to go well for you. Trouble! Around goes Isaiah Dupree in the 86. How did he save that race car? Dupree gets it back underneath him, but that costs him a ton of time and has gotten him some damage here on the right rear corner of the 86 machine. He got turned off the bumper right there of Josh Gathright as we were watching it happen. Crossover move gone wrong. Some contact in the 86 and the 89, and they avoid a wreck, but at the same time, it's going to cost Isaiah Dupree some serious time. Like I was saying before that, here as we're going to have 44 laps to go. Chris, again, continue to get well. We hope to see you back very soon here on Thursdays, running on the Throwback Series for OP Racing. Matt Hayden continues to lead, but his lead is shrinking. It's down to 2.6 seconds. Back to Christian Strader, who continues to pick up ground. Tyler Bentley has gone to third. How about Cody Eldred? Quietly again running in fifth. He ran well here in the championship race last season. He's running well here again tonight. So far, a nice surge here from Stoney Benfield, who started, remember, in 14th position in this race. He is up 8 spots, currently settled nicely into the 6th position on the racetrack. Andrew Milletta is inside the top 10, as well as Bo Benham. And now pit stops are beginning. Jimmy Fitzmaurice, Brian Elmore, Travis Elliott, Adam Green, and others on pit road for their first set of service here on lap 37, at least under the green flag. Race leader Matt Hayden's going to pit here on lap 37. Strader will match play him and come to pit road and cede the lead to who else? Tyler Bentley, the Season 1 OP Racing Throwback Series champ, leads his first lap since winning here in Pocono a season ago to clinch his first OP Racing championship. He now inherits the lead from Matt Hayden and Christian Strader, and the first time the 55 is back out front, a familiar sight here on a Thursday night. I expect to see the rest of these guys on pit road here this time as Cody Eldred, Dylan Pearson, Andrew Milletta, and Jordan Anderson have come to pit road. So Bentley, Gathright, Benfield, Dupree, and Benham, the only ones left on the speedway here on our first green flag pit cycle. Wow, wicked loose there off turn number 2 for Tyler Bentley. He was way out of line, but got it back underneath him. We'll see if we have Bentley pit right here. He's awfully slow here on the exit of turn number 3, and as he comes off, you see that low line. Indicates to me he's going to pit. Josh Gathright will come with him. About Benfield or Dupree. Do they decide to pit or do they stay out? Dupree does. Benfield doesn't. So for now, for a moment, hand the lead to the faster pastor, the 75 NC811.org Chevrolet of Stoney Benfield, who goes to the front for the first time in this race. He's the only driver remaining here to pit on this run. And we expect him next time by on lap 39. Billy Williams in the chat room for Isaiah Dupree. He just came to pit road. We'll see what he can do coming off of this pit stop, as he had that incident a moment ago but has recovered already from it. We'll try to stay up front. Benfield through the tunnel turn here, turn number 2, and now down to turn number 3. We expect to see him on pit road this time by, as he will make his pit stop, his first green flag pit stop of the night on lap 39, 2 laps short of halfway home here in Pocono, and cede the lead back over to what should be Matt Hayden. Edgerton going to pit with him as well. Benfield hits pit road, and that will complete our first cycle of green flag pit stops from Pocono. So we'll continue to watch Benfield until we see Matt Hayden come onto your screen there in the top part of your screen off turn number 3. We imagine Matt Hayden will re-inherit the lead. And As Hayden drives by the start-finish line, he will inherit the lead from Stony Benfield as Alex Green makes another pit stop. So here's your updated lineup off of the pit lane. It's Hayden, Carlson, Strader, Bentley, and Gathright, your top 5. Chris Weaver runs 6th, Eldridge 7th, Elmore 8th. Isaiah Dupree 9th, and Stony Benfield cycles out. And what's going to be the 11th position, Dylan Pearson overtakes him for 10th. So the first cycle of pit stops is done and gone. And Matt Hayden continues to lead the way and now starts to put a little bit of a gap here on Hunter Carlson. I believe another pit road mistake for Christian Strader. A slow stop has him buried 3 seconds behind the leader here in 3rd. We'll see if he can recover from that on this run. Off turn number 3 and down the long front straightaway. Matt Hayden will bring us back to the line halfway, this time by at Pocono Raceway. 40 are here and gone. 40 are here still to go. And I talked about at the top of the show how fitting it would be if Matt Hayden won this race after the sponsorship from his company, Lumber1. I know he was motivated to get into victory lane tonight. We'll see if he can finish the job over the course of the next little bit. I imagine one pit stop left for these guys. It should only be one more remaining with as late as they came to pit road. Whoa, he's loose. He's in the outside wall. Matt Hayden, troubles here for the 6 of Matt Hayden. He's in the outside wall. Has to bury it off the wall and now gets it back righted. But a setback here loses him a little bit of time. But it would be fitting, like I was saying, if he could get to victory lane tonight. After he won last week in New Hampshire and none of us were there to watch it, he might think he needs to get another one here on the live broadcast and go back-to-back here on Thursday night. So Hayden continues to lead. We'll go back through and find some of the battles here for you on the racetrack as they run right now. The battle actually is going to be for second. Christian Strader is the man on a mission right now in the 12. He goes right on by the 2 of Hunter Carlson with no fight whatsoever. Christian Strader is a man motivated tonight in the 12 machine as he gets on by Hunter Carlson. That is for the for the second position. Battle back here as Isaiah Dupree continues to try to recover from that mishap a couple of moments ago as he has caught Chris Weaver's machine. You're going into turn number 1. This battle will be for 7th. Gets right to the back quarter panel there. That was awfully close there in turn number 1 of Chris Weaver. Drives to the inside of him and will make the pass. Here down the long pond straightaway. A ton of momentum here for Isaiah Dupree as he will get on by, I'm assuming, in there in the tunnel turn. And Weaver puts up a little bit of a fight. Dupree drives hard off the corner and gets the spot. We'll go back up front as the lead continues to shrink for Matt Hayden instead of 2.3 seconds back to Christian Strader and company. As we hit lap 44.37. Laps to go here from Pocono. A pit stop still to come in about probably 15 laps or so. Here as we enter into the final stages of this race, the final half of this race already underway. As Matt Hayden has the lead. He slips again there off turn number 1. Christian Strader going to pick up some more time, and the lead will continue to shrink. Hope everybody had a great Daytona weekend last weekend. I know we haven't really gotten a chance to talk since well before Daytona weekend, but I hope everybody did enjoy Speed Weeks from Daytona. What a weekend it was for racing, and a quick recap for you. If you did not get to see those races, the Friday night ARCA Menard Series race that ran after the Truck Series was won by Gus Dean of Venturina Motorsports in the 55. The Truck Series race that ran earlier on Friday night was won by Nick Sanchez in the 2. The Xfinity Series race that ran Monday evening after the Daytona 500 was won by Austin Hill, his 3rd straight win, by the way, in the season opening race. So big congratulations to that team. That's a heck of an accomplishment. And then the premier prize of the weekend, the Daytona 500, the 66th running of the Daytona 500, was won by Hendrick Motorsports and William Byron on the 40th anniversary of the Hendrick Motorsports team getting their first win in Martinsville with the number 5 machine. So a cool moment for Byron and company. A Hendrick 1-2 finish in the Daytona 500 with Byron and Bowman on that occasion has got to feel special. But I hope you all have enjoyed the beginning of the NASCAR season. I know I have. As we head to another southern destination, another super speedway track, if you will, another, let's call it another plate racing track, if you will, this weekend, as the Cup, Xfinity, and Truck Series all head to Atlanta Motor Speedway for the second race of the Cup schedule, the Ambetter Health 400 weekend from Atlanta. That's going to be a great one. I will be in attendance on both days this weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun to get to go down there and see that racetrack, see how it races after a couple years of pavement aging. It'll be interesting to see that one. 35 to go here in Pocono, and the lead, as you can see on the left side, is down to a second and a half between Hayden and Schrader. Matt Hayden has backed off considerably. You see he was overdriving a little bit, trying to stay ahead of Christian Schrader, and unfortunately I think it's starting to set in for him that Schrader is a rocket ship tonight, may not be denied, or perhaps that Matt Hayden has burned the tires off the race car here early in the run. Battle shaping up back here for third position. Hunter Carlson has it. Tyler Bentley wants it. He has run down the two of Hunter Carlson. You see Dupree back there. He's up to 7th and looking for 6th on Cody Eldred. As the battle rages on behind them, even further for 8th. Into the corner, battle for third will not be very competitive. Tyler Bentley goes on by Hunter Carlson without much of a fight. So move Bentley to third. And Schrader continues to run down the leader, Matt Hayden, little by little. He chips away at that lead. We'll look back here at the battle for 6th on the Long Pond straightaway between Isaiah Dupree and Cody Eldred. He will drive to the inside of the Sharpie Chevrolet here, headed down towards turn number 3. See if he can get the spot right here from him and go to P6. And he will move Isaiah Dupree to position number 6. Check in further back here as the battle will rage for a moment here for 9th. Stoney Benfield trying to recover from a bit of a late pit stop there. Ryan Elmore loose in front of him. Can Benfield get around him here, carry the momentum down the straightaway? He will try to, but I don't think he'll have any kind of cigar here going into 1. Might have a look at him here. We'll keep it here for a moment. Let's see if he has a lunge at him here in 1. He will lunge to the bottom. But not a ton doing there yet. And now they'll go side by side here in the middle of turn number 1. This is for 9th. Benfield wants it from Brian Elmore. Still stay side by side here through the tunnel turn. And now Benfield will get the spot and drive on past and with the faster passer to the 9th position. Not a ton of other battles here on the speedway. We'll actually keep it here for another quick moment. The lead is down to 1.2 seconds from Matt Hayden to Christian Schrader, but Stoney Benfield is picking up time now on the back bumper of Chris Weaver. So Benfield has found something here late in the run. Good recovery for Travis Elliott as well. He's back up to 12th after his wreck earlier on in the night. Car length and a half separate Chris Weaver and Stoney Benfield. This will be for the 8th position as their lead is back up to 1.3 seconds from Matt Hayden to Christian Schrader. Benfield continues to hound the back bumper here of Chris Weaver, about a half a car length off now in the tunnel turn. He'll try to get a good drive off using this late run to really get some momentum and gain some spots. Here it is, the battle for 8th. Stoney Benfield around Chris Weaver, side by side in turn number 3, the very flat turn number 3. Benfield drives it in deep and takes the spot. We'll transition back up front because this lead continues to shrink here for Matt Hayden. He's trying everything he can to hold off the advances of Christian Schrader. If he can hold him off till the pit stop, this is going to be a very interesting final run to the finish. Schrader still 1.2 seconds back. It's kind of plateaued between 1.2 and 1.4 seconds. Schrader has not been able to really get it under that. He's been kind of stuck where he's at, about a little over a second back, as Tyler Bentley is 4 seconds back of this continued battle for the race lead. Off of turn number 3 again, the very flat turn number 3. A couple cars on pit road that time by Brian Elmore and Chris Weaver are on pit road potentially for the final time with 30 laps to go, as Matt Hayden does put 30 laps to go on the board this time by. 1.1 seconds now the lead from Hayden to Schrader. With 30 laps to go, it's still all Matt Hayden here up front. But Schrader is hot on his heels and running him down in his tire tracks. Josh Gathright has gotten 4th position from Hunter Carlson. While we were looking at other battles, so Gathright moves to 4th position. Tyler Bentley, by the way, has slowly started to close this gap. Now, it hasn't by much, but he is starting to close it up just a little, as he has it down to 3.6 seconds from himself to the back bumper of leader Matt Hayden. We may have a 3-way battle for the win brewing here, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a fun one. As we continue to get closer to the end of this race, a pit stop remains. We'll give you an idea of lap times as Dylan Pearson comes to pit road on lap 52. Lap times here for the leaders, 57.35 for Matt Hayden, 57.53 for Christian Schrader, and a 57.02 for the fastest man on the racetrack, Tyler Bentley. And so we'll have to wait and see. We'll see what this next split of lap times is. Hayden through turn 3. It'll be 28 to go at the line. 1 pit stop remaining for these drivers in this event. Tyler Bentley has cut the lead from about 4.5 seconds down to 3, and Matt Hayden's going to cede the lead early. He comes to pit road on lap 52, and that leads me to believe that maybe we cannot make it to the end here. We might have one more pit stop on our hands, as Matt Hayden decided enough was enough and cedes the lead back to Christian Schrader. So Schrader inherits the lead. Bentley inherits second, as Hunter Carlson also comes to pit road on lap 52. But Schrader 2 seconds ahead of Tyler Bentley. And now that one car has pit, I imagine we'll start seeing several come to pit road. Yep, Adam Green, Jimmy Fitzmaurice, Andrew Milletta, Jordan Anderson, all coming to pit road this time around. And so our second cycle of green flag stops is underway on lap 53. About 2 seconds still back to Tyler Bentley, so it's kind of plateaued a little bit as these drivers race through turn number 3. It'll be 27 laps to go when we pass the start-finish line. Will Schrader cede the lead? Yes, he will. Will Bentley stay on the speedway? Yes, he will. So new leader again at Pocono, Tyler Bentley. Josh Gathright stays on the speedway. Isaiah Dupree. Cody Eldred will stay on the speedway. And so the positions once again flip-flop as Schrader comes to pit road. Or what I'm just not going to assume is his final round on pit road, because they all pit about lap 37, which means another pit stop awaits. The strategy will be very interesting to see what drivers decide to do here on what could be the final run of the race. Travis Elliott comes to pit road, cedes his spot. Robert Edgerton is on pit road. Matt Hayden passes by Schrader again, as Schrader is still on pit road, and I'll tell you what, I believe another costly pit road mistake for Christian Schrader. An extended stop is likely going to end his chances of winning this race without a yellow flag. Matt Hayden is well in front of him now, and so we might be down to a 2-car race for the lead. Tyler Bentley into turn number 1. He's losing a lot of time to Hayden here, so he probably will need to come down pit road as soon as he can. Let's see what he decides to do right here. He is bleeding some time to Matt Hayden, so we'll see what he can do here when he makes his final pit stop. Josh Gathright is on pit road for his final stop. We await Bentley, Dupree, Eldred, and Benfield. Through turn 3 again, 25 laps to go next time by at Pocono. Tyler Bentley the leader, and he still has to make what we assume will be his second to last pit stop. If he could stretch it to lap 63, I think he might just make it, but I don't think he can stretch it quite that far. Eldred will cede his position from third. He'll come to pit road this time by. Stoney Benfield come to pit road as well here on lap number 56. No, he will stay on the speedway again. Bentley really losing time to Matt Hayden now. I know that he's probably just banking on hopefully taking less fuel on that last pit stop, but I mean, could we see him try to run it out? At this point, I think he's gone. He hasn't really gone too long to consider running it out, I don't think. Just wants to be able to pit later than the rest of the field on this last stop and take less gas, I think is what he's banking on. And here he comes. Tyler Bentley coming to pit road on lap number 56. Dupree, I believe, will follow him here off turn 3. He will. And again, our focus shifts to Stoney Benfield, who will also come to pit road. So the second cycle is done and over with. And the lead for Matt Hayden is massive, depending on where Tyler Bentley cycles off of pit road. We'll go over to Hayden. He is just now passing the start-finish line. He goes to 24 laps to go. He bypasses Tyler Bentley and will have a large lead with 24 laps to go in this one. So Matt Hayden has aced the pit stops in this race. He's going to have a double-digit second lead over Tyler Bentley. So interesting there that he gets that much of a lead, but now he doesn't even really have to run very hard. He can lay back, relax a little bit, not risk the car. So now we're into that point in the race where we assume there is one more pit stop still to go, but Hayden has such a large lead here over the remainder of the field that there's not really much to talk about here on what could be the final green flag run of the race. That final pit stop is going to be anywhere from about 12 to go to inside of 10 to go, which is probably when we'll see Tyler Bentley. Tyler, with single-digit laps to go, I don't think can rule out taking only right-side tires and potentially trying to steal one here in the late going if it does continue at the pace he's currently on. Tyler Bentley over 10 seconds back of the leader. Everybody is 10 seconds or more back of our leader, Matt Hayden, with 23, make it 22 to go when he hits the start-finish line again. Almost 3/4 of the way in here in Pocono, and what a race it is so far. What a race it has been. Past the line, a 56.09 there for Matt Hayden as he goes past the start-finish line. And you see how long we wait for the time for Tyler Bentley. It is a 55.85, 2/10 faster. If he continues to gain 2/10 a lap, he'll gain about 4 seconds on Matt Hayden. He'll need to pick up the pace. Fastest car on the racetrack is a tie between Christian Strader and Isaiah Dupree, who run really great laps there, 55.73. But again, only going to pick up about 6 seconds apiece here on the leader, so not much they can really do. But watch and hope that that pit stop goes in their favor, that maybe Hayden makes a mistake, and perhaps we see the dreaded caution flag. Off of turn number 3, still all Matt Hayden. It's been all Matt Hayden for a while now since he inherited the lead a while back after a pit cycle. 56.42 that time around for Matt Hayden as he has backed the pace off considerably. It's Tyler Bentley running a 55.6. About 8/10 faster that time for Tyler Bentley. At that rate, he would theoretically, if he gains 8/10 a lap for 20 laps, he would theoretically gain about 16 seconds. which is enough to get to the back bumper of Matt Hayden and pass him. So we'll see the time fluctuation. That was the fastest time, actually. Yeah, that was the fastest time on the speedway. As the second fastest car that time by was Isaiah Dupree. I think Hayden's backed the pace off a lot here with 20 laps to go. It sure looks like he has. You see Bentley there come off turn number 3. He's got a huge gap. 56.43 for the leader. This time by for Tyler Bentley is a 56.06, so not quite as fast as the last time around. Into the tunnel turn again. Matt Hayden continuing to lead the way. Fastest car on track that time is Isaiah Dupree in 5th position. Battle heats up for 3rd between Josh Gathright and Christian Schrader, who's trying to make something out of this race. It looked like he was in the catbird seat before that pit stop. He ends up having a problem on the pit lane, and so he's going to try to get on by Josh Gathright. This will be for the for the 3rd position. 0.6 faster for Tyler Bentley that time by. Fastest car on the speedway. Last time around the speedway was Isaiah Dupree again, a 56.01. As we continue to watch the battle for the 3rd position between Josh Gathright and Schrader, who now bounces off the outside wall and will lose some ground. And I'll tell you what, here with 19 laps to go, Tyler Bentley has chopped away at this gap. He's cut it to 8.6 seconds. To where, again, if he gets close enough to him and gets the pit strategy right, Tyler Bentley is in a pretty good spot right here. All 3 of these guys, 4 if you count Dupree, are cutting the lead slowly but surely here on Matt Hayden. Imagine the pit stop will be with about somewhere in the neighborhood of probably 10, 9, 8 laps to go, somewhere in there. So still a little ways here before we get to that point, but it will be coming up. So 18 laps to go here in Pocono. It is still all Matt Hayden out front. We continue to watch the ongoing battle for the 3rd position between Schrader and Josh Gathright. We'll go find another battle on the speedway here shortly. Best battle on the racetrack is going to be for position number 6. We'll check lap times real quickly, though. 56.67 for the leader. 56.52 for Tyler Bentley that time by. It's kind of evened out in terms of lap times. We'll go check the battle here for the 6th position between Hunter Carlson and Cody Eldred. Probably about 7 to 9 laps short of our final pit stop, what we expect to be our final pit stop of the night. Tyler Bentley continues to chop away at this gap. I mean, his race is not over. He's got it inside of 8 seconds now. But again, Matt Hayden probably saving his stuff. He has not run very fast lap times all run. That time a 56.91. He's really backed off the pace. Bentley back to about 0.6 faster. So we'll see if that continues to be the case. Down to 7.5 seconds between our 2 leaders. Not necessarily over. This will be a heck of a drive from Tyler Bentley. He was 0.6 faster, actually half a second faster that time. Dupree was not far off his time at a 56.41. Both very quick right now. Not a ton of battles here on the racetrack in terms of battles for position. See, Gath right here continues to run third. In front of Christian Strader, and Matt Hayden continues to lead the race, but that lead continues to shrink. Again, we talked about it a couple times already. First pit stops, final pit stops underway. Brian Elmore, Chris Weaver, the first two to dive to pit road. And if I was Tyler Bentley, I would probably pit right now. I think I would pit right now. If you run it long, this race is probably over. Anybody who wants a chance at Matt Hayden is going to have to pit right now unless Hayden comes to pit road and cedes the lead with 15 to go. Does he come to pit road? If he comes to pit road, it might be curtains for the field. He does stay on the speedway. Now the strategy game begins. Does anybody come to pit road and short pit this and try to get themselves on a better strategy? Bentley, no. He stays on the speedway. We await Gathright and Schrader. They stay on the speedway as well in third and fourth. Dupree stays out. Hunter Carlson, Cody Eldred also going to stay out. So no move by anybody there. 14 to go. A pit stop still remaining. Plenty of opportunities for mistakes still to be made. The lead is 6.7 seconds from Matt Hayden back to Tyler Bentley, running in position number 2. And again, we expect a pit stop right here. The battle for third has started to heat up again between Gathright and Schrader, but we're going to wait, see if Matt Hayden hits pit road right here first. Through turn 3, Bentley, the gap now plateaus right about 6.7 seconds. And now starts to pick back up a little bit again. Hayden off turn 3. And again, if I was Bentley right here, I'd probably come to pit road when I come off turn number 3, but he stays on the speedway. And Chris Weaver, Brian Elmore, both on fresh tires, are going to probably go around him right here. Hayden off into 1. We await that final pit stop. I really just don't see any point in going long here unless Tyler Bentley is able to save the amount that he needs to go all the way to the end. Down the straightaway again into the tunnel turn goes Matt Hayden. He's run a nearly flawless race to this point. Looking for his second straight victory and a real nice start to the season between New Hampshire and Pocono. The gap has plateaued out at 6.7 seconds. Matt Hayden still awaiting him for a pit stop. Here he comes to pit lane. Does Bentley follow him? No, Tyler Bentley's going to stay on the speedway and continue to run some laps. Gathright will cede third. It'll give Strader that position. Dupree, though, flips his strategy on its head. He's going to pit with the early pits this time and cede the 5th position. We'll see if that pays off for him. Not a ton of gap between those 3 cars on pit road, all things considered in terms of a mistake. Matt Hayden waiting to get off the jack. On the jack for the left side tires. As long as he gets out of pit road okay, it might be a wrap here from Pocono Raceway. He's down, he's away, no mistakes, perfect execution, and the 6 is back on the speedway. Whoa, a little bit of a drag out there by Tyler Bentley as they go through turn 3. Brian Elmore on fresh tires goes around him. And Bentley will cede the lead. All right, so he knows what he's got to do now. Hayden's back on the racetrack, about 31 seconds back. He's on the long pond straightaway. Strader is going to stay on the speedway. Kind of surprising. Carlson cedes the 4th position. Eldred going to stay out as well and inherit 2nd from Tyler Bentley. Hayden is in turn number 3. Bentley just now in his box. I don't think it's going to be enough unless he takes 2 tires. Does not look like he did. He is rolling off the pit lane, but here comes Matt Hayden to bypass him as Bentley rolls off pit road. Matt Hayden, as of right now provisionally, is back to the race lead. Now the gap is not what I thought it was going to be. Bentley has closed that gap a little bit here. But we still have 2 cars on the racetrack to settle with, so Strader will come off turn 3. Imagine we will see him right here. I don't think he picked up enough time on Hayden to be able to bypass him for the lead. But he will pit here with 11 laps to go. Christian Strader cedes the lead. Cody Eldred cedes second, and now we are left with the man who will provisionally be the race leader. And that is Matt Hayden. Hayden will bypass both of these cars on pit road and retakes the lead. 10 laps to go in Pocono, and it's all Matt Hayden in the 6. He starts to go a little bit now. Lap times will become essential to who is going to win this race. The gap is 2.4 seconds between Matt Hayden and Tyler Bentley. Bentley's going to have to drive the car for all it's worth. How hard will Hayden push it with 10 laps to go? Gap is still 2.41 seconds. Quickest lap on the speedway was Isaiah Dupree with 55.24 last time around. This will be the first time we get a decent idea. Caution flag is in the air! And that changes everything. A yellow flag has flown here with 9 laps to go, and a late race restart is coming. Wow. We went all that time with no cautions, and exactly what Matt Hayden did not want to see, and that is the caution flag. Let's take a look at what happened here, and start with Alex Green, and yep, there's a big crash, and it involves the 12 of Christian Strader. Boy, so double trouble here. Alex Green not only crashes, but I believe he's just going to miss the corner right here. Oh, man, way off. You see Strader takes his arc, and it's going to get hit right here. Pushes the left front in. They're going to pound the outside wall. Wow. A tough break for Christian Strader. Minding his own business, an innocent bystander, and is involved in a wreck here inside of 10 laps to go. A tough break for him. And he's got considerable damage. Aboard the 12 machine, we'll take one more look. We want to go back and make sure to see if anybody comes to pit road here on this, what's going to be a late race restart. And we'll take one more look at it here. Green on the inside of Christian Strader, and is just going to completely miss the corner going into turn number 2, and is going to be right in the path of Strader in the 12, who had just run down Isaiah Dupree for 4th. And a tough break there for Alex Green and for Christian Strader. Pit stops are on the speedway on lap number 73 with 8 laps to go. There will be a late race restart. Great stop by Matt Hayden. Better stop by Christian Strader. Strader beats him off pit road, takes left sides only, takes the big play, and inherits second. An even bigger play, however, by Cody Eldred, who has stayed on the racetrack. So Eldred, having just come down pit road before that caution came out about 2 laps before, stays on the speedway on 4 relatively new tires, and now will throw all his chips in to try to get a win in Pocono. Strader with the best pit stop of the night. No mistakes on that one. He goes to second. Matt Hayden, the leader coming on pit road, leaves pit road 3rd. Gathright is 4th. Dupree is 5th. Tyler Bentley, ladies and gentlemen, drops all the way to 6th position. Under this, the 5th caution flag of the night. And we've got a good one coming up for you. It's going to be a 6-lap run to the finish. Any caution that is from 5 to go onward will end tonight's event under the caution flag. If we get a caution on this first lap, it will lead to a 1-lap shootout. Most likely. We'll reset the field for you again here to go green under what could be our final caution of the night. Cody Eldred leads the way, staying out on the racetrack. Christian Strader is second. Matt Hayden is third. Josh Gathright is fourth. And Isaiah Dupree is fifth. Tyler Bentley is in position number 6. Hunter Carlson is 7th. Jimmy Fitzmaurice is 8th. Chris Weaver is 9th. And Bo Benham is 10th. And so the stage is set. It's 6 laps to decide Pocono. Matt Hayden had led over 40 laps of this race. By far leading the laps led category. And as the driver that was on his way to a victory had started to pull away from Tyler Bentley and the rest of the field and could see the checkered flag. But a caution flag has halted his hopes and put him in a position now where he has to go past cars to get into victory lane. Eldred, can he hold on here? He's got to run the best 6 laps of his life to stay ahead of some of these guys behind him. Strader, Hayden, Dupree, Bentley, Gathright have been the class of the field today. Eldred has had a good run and now rolls his dice. Puts his cards on the table and says, you want to play? Let's play. Eldred will have control of the restart. He can go as early as he pleases here with 6 laps to go. I imagine he would just try to get away from these guys and try to just fend them off. And count the laps down. The dice are in. The dice have been rolled. The bed has been made for Cody Eldred running on the front of this field. Matt Hayden led 40 laps. Can he get back to victory lane? He's going to have to go through Christian Strader, who's got a brand new clean race car. 6 laps to go in Pocono, the first late race restart of the season. Here we go. The pace car will take the hard left turn. Cody Eldred down the long front straightaway, waiting on the green flag. There it is. Green flag. We're back underway. 6 laps to go. Trouble. Around goes Jimmy Fitzmaurice. They wreck behind the leaders, and that might just do it. Car in the air. That's Stoney Benfield up and over. Barrel rolls down the front stretch, and that may just end this race. We'll have to see. It may be a 1-lap shootout. The field will have to be picked up by the pace car here on turn number 1. We'll take a quick, very quick look at this yellow flag. It was back around Jimmy Fitzmaurice. We'll probably only get 1 look at this so we can determine whether or not this is going to be a restart. As I believe it's going to be the same problem as before earlier on in the race, where the line decides not to go. And yep, Fitzmaurice gets contact there from Chris Weaver. Bo Benham gets hit from behind by Travis Elliott. And they just pile in here one by one. Brian Elmore gets piled into by Benfield. And then the big hit right here for Benfield. And man, Maletta T-bones Bo Benham. That's a big hit for him. And now watch as Maletta gets hit by Jordan Anderson. Watch Benfield right here. Tries to get the car back rolling. They start to pile up again in front of him as Dylan Pearson is in it. And here comes Robert Edgerton. And piles into Benfield, who goes up and over. And barrel rolls here on the front straightaway. A wild ride for the faster pastor. As he goes up and over. Koshkolik is involved as well. Wow. That's what brings out a caution. And we're going to have to get 2 laps to go. As the field is going to race around to catch the pace car. And now that they have to catch the pace car, that may just end this one. I may be over. At worst, I think it's going to be a 1-lap shootout, in which case Strader, Hayden, Gathright, Dupree, Bentley, they're going to have to go. May see the bumper used at the end of this one if that's the case. The field has not yet caught the pace car. So let's see here. If we get 2 to go this time by, it'll be a green-white checkered. If we get 2 to go next time by, it would be a 1-lap shootout. Still, the field has not caught the pace car. I'm not sure where the pace car is at this point. But with 4 laps to go, it does not bode well here to go green again in this race other than for a 1-lap shootout. Field still has not caught the pace car. Here's the pace car on the long pond straightaway. All right. We'll know by the lights here if we're going to have a potential one-lap shootout or a two-lap dash. We'll see here when we cross the start-finish line. Cody Eldred leads the way still. It's Strader, Hayden, Gathright, Dupree, Bentley, the top 6. That has not changed. The lights go out right here to be a green-white checkered. If the lights do not go out, we'll wait and see if we have a one-lap shootout or if this race ends under the caution flag. If it's a one-lap shootout, it's going to be awfully tough. Strader's going to have to lay it all on the line on the last lap to even try to get past Eldred. Eldred's going to have to just hope he gets a good enough start to run away. This is setting up for a great finish, though. Hopefully we get under the green flag. It's been a great race. Thank you so much for sticking around here with me. And here we go. We're going to find out right here. Will it be a green-white checkered? The lights atop the Ford Mustang pace car. Still illuminated right now, but when we hit the line, let's see if they go out or if they stay on. They go out. Green-white checkered going to be the case tonight in Pocono. A fitting way to end this one, and I hope it stays green. A caution flag now would end the race under the caution flag. And Cody Eldred would almost certainly win the race if it's on the front stretch like it was last time. You got to hope everybody keeps it from stacking up long enough to at least make the white flag. So that's how this will work. There is no overtime here on Thursday nights. There is this 2 laps, and the race is over. If a caution flag is thrown between now and the white flag, Cody Eldred, if he's still in front, would be your race winner. It'll be over. We get to the white flag. The checkered flag will end the race. We will race it out green the last 2.5 miles of this race. And whoever gets back to the checkered flag wins. No overtime. This is it. The final race start of the night. 80 laps of racing comes down to this. We'll reset the field for you. Cody Eldred runs first. Christian Strader is second. Matt Hayden is third. Josh Gathright is fourth. Isaiah Dupree is fifth. Tyler Bentley is sixth. Hunter Carlson seventh. Chris Weaver eighth. Travis Elliott ninth. And Jimmy Fitzmaurice is 10th. Andrew Maletta, Jordan Anderson, Stoney Benfield, Brian Elmore, Bo Benham are the rest of the lead lap cars, totaling 15 of the 21 that started, still on the lead lap. Here we go. Eldred has 5 miles separating him from a Thursday night victory, one that, quite frankly, 30 laps ago, I would not have expected him to be in position for. Will the field stay from stacking up? Will we be able to finish this one under green? Pace car will make the hard left turn. A green-white checkered attempt here in Pocono. Cody Eldred, can he run the best 2 laps of his season so far? To the restart zone they come. Green flag is back in the air. 5 miles to go from Pocono. Watch back though. Watch back on that line. Watch back on that line. Everybody dives out of the way. Can everybody get to turn 1? If everybody gets to turn 1, this race may just be official. For second, here comes Matt Hayden. Great run down into turn number 1. The 6 car, the back bumper of the leader in 1. Strader ringing the outside. Matt Hayden's loose on the bottom. Can't get it to roll. Strader, does he cross over? Onto the long pond straightaway, one of the longest straightaways on this speedway. Strader on the back bumper of Cody Eldred. This is for the victory. Strader looks. Eldred blocks. Strader looks high. Eldred blocks again. Eldred slams the door twice. Strader has to back up, tries to back up the corner and get back to his back bumper. Battles for fifth between Gathright and Bentley. They stay off each other somehow. Into the long, flat, wide turn 3. Strader to the bottom of the racetrack. Eldred follows him down all the way to the curbs. Here comes Christian Strader. He's a half car length to the back bumper of Cody Eldred. Down the long front straightaway. Here we go. We're going to settle it. 2.5 miles to go. White flag from Pocono. Strader to the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to take a lunge here in turn number 1 for the race lead. Strader underneath Eldred for the lead in 1. The 12 on the bottom, the 4 on the top. Who gets the better of who? Strader trying to slide up. He's trying to do a slide job. We drag race down the long pond straightaway for the final time. Eldred gets a nice drive. Strader going to try to keep it leaned on his left rear quarter panel. We're going to drag race still all the way down the long pond straight, all the way into turn number 2. Strader on the bottom. Eldred on the top. Hayden waits in the wings and watches. Who gets the better of who? Eldred slides loose on the exit of 2. Strader slides loose. Bentley slides loose. They're still side by side. It's going to be a drag race all the way way home. Strader dives it in hard and clears the 4. Did he go too hard? Eldred crosses over. Back to the bottom. They're going to drag race all the way to the start-finish line. Eldred on the bottom. Strader on the top. At the line, Christian Strader wins it in Pocono. Incredible finish. I think Tyler Bentley went for a slide right there on the front stretch. But Christian Strader out-duels Cody Eldred on a green-white checkered finish and gets the job done tonight in Pocono. The one that got away a season ago tonight is Christian Strader's first victory in the OP Racing Throwback Series. He needed a caution in that race a few weeks back to help him get back from a pit road mistake. He did not get it several weeks ago. He gets a caution tonight. The rest is history. He outduels Eldred and would not be denied. And for the first time in his Thursday night career, Christian Strader is a winner in the OP Racing Throwback Series, and he will celebrate here on the front stretch for the fans in Pocono. As you will see a pretty hardy burnout from him here on the front stretch. He's going to do it Jimmy Johnson style against the inside wall. What a finish. Incredible stuff from Christian Strader. He outduels Eldred, who I thought for sure had a better look at it. The drive through turn 3 is what wins him the race. We'll take a look back at the replay as they came off turn number 3. So they were side by side all the way through the tunnel turn, and this is where Strader gets his advantage. Watch Eldred here in turn 2. He's going to slide loose here in the center part of the corner. You see right there, the back end slides out as he is trying everything he can to dig that car. Off the top of the racetrack. And even here, you know, I kind of figured that Eldred would have a better run off turn 3 if he just drove it in hard enough. But, man, Strader drives it in so deep. He'd been doing this all night. Drives it in so deep here to turn number 3 that he's able to just clear up across Cody Eldred. In fact, I think he's clear before he goes into turn 3. I thought Eldred here had a chance at a crossover. It's actually a really well-timed move. Eldred backs up the corner. Strader drives in too deep. And again, right here through the middle of 3, I thought he was way too deep. You see him start to slide. The tire's not grabbing the racetrack. And as Eldred hangs a hard left here in the middle of the corner, I thought maybe you would at least get to him to try to pull him backwards, try to side draft. As they come off the corner, and you could not have written this one any better. All the way to the checkered flag. Actually, oh man, Bentley and Hayden battle back there. Bentley gets off of Matt Hayden there, and at the line, there is your margin of victory between Strader and Cody Eldred. Stay right here. We're gonna do your final standings, the finishing results here from Pocono, and then we'll get to talk to your top 3 one by one. Stay with us. Our finishing results coming right up here from Pocono Raceway, and they are the following: Christian Strader, for the first time in his career, wins here in the OP Racing Throwback Series by 6/100ths of a second over Cody Eldred in the 4. Matt Hayden comes home third, salvages what I'm sure he wished was a win, but a good night nonetheless for him. Back-to-back really great runs in the OP Racing Throwback Series for him. It's Isaiah Dupree finishing 4th tonight. Josh Gathright finishes in the 5th position with Chris Weaver in 6th. Hunter Carlson 7th. Tyler Bentley in 8th. Travis Elliott 9th. And Stoney Benfield finishes in 10th. Brian Elmore finishes 11th. Jimmy Fitzmaurice in 12th. Jordan Anderson finishes 13th tonight. Bo Benham in 14th. Andrew Maletta finishes 15th. Eric Kosciolik in 16th. Adam Green in 17th. Dylan Pearson in 18th. Robert Edgerton in 19th. Alex Green finishes 20th. And Davey Weaver finishes in 21st. We'll get into your post-race show now. Get to talk to your top 3. And we will start with a man who finished in the 6th position tonight, or excuse me, the 6th position, in the 6th machine, who finished in the 3rd position tonight. I'm all over the place here tonight. And it's a man we got to talk to before the race, so we're going to talk to him twice here in one night. So we will go ahead and grab him, get him on up here, and see what he's got to say about his effort here tonight. A 3rd place finish. Sorry to interrupt you, but Matt Hayden is tossing him in the booth to get a copy.
Yeah, Dawson, I got you. Sorry.
Well, sorry to cut you off. Bad timing there on my part. But, look, a late caution comes out there. It's obviously not what you wanted to see. Looked like you were home free for a victory here tonight. Just kind of, take me through the last segment of that race. What else could you have done there to potentially go back to victory lane for the 2nd week in a row?
I really don't know what I could have done different. I thought we nailed it. I think we had the top 5 speed on short and long run. I mean, I think we were maybe a little bit faster in the opening. I think we had I don't know. It's disappointing. And then, honestly, Jimmy had some troubles back in the back, and then these restarts, kind of ruined his race. He had speed, was running up front with us, and then just had some unfortunate incidents. But we were kind of talking over and kind of had the strategy to kind of extend the first couple of pit stops to get within a window to start short pitting the last 2, and then make up time on track by short pitting the last 2 stops. And we did that, and we should have been out to a comfortable lead and been able to cruise. And it happens. It is what it is. So we'll move on and head to the next one.
Well, nonetheless, a 3rd place finish, nothing to scoff at after a victory last week. It's back-to-back really great points nights for you, and as you continue to climb the standings, it's really a great start to the year for you. So just kind of take me through where your momentum's at here going forward, where your confidence is at as we get into the later parts of the season.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we, the season last year was just trying to be consistent, rack up, top 10s for sure, top 5s, with this format with points. It's just consistency, in a playoff format. It's about wins, and you got to roll the dice and do things. You could finish, 30th in every race and just get that one race. And then in the playoffs, kind of the same thing. It's different in this, with the old kind of cup, schedule and points and stuff like that. It's just being consistent across the board on every track. So, trying to do that. These Gen 4s are fun to drive. I mean, it's, I race in a truck league and a next gen league, and this is the most fun out of any of them because you can really, whip these cars around. And, if you need to have a short sprint all out, you could do that and really slide around and rub off of each other. And then if you need to go long runs or play strategy, you can kind of separate, the guys that know what they're doing and the guys that don't, with these kind of cars and this kind of power. So, yeah, man, I don't know. Just get better luck, I guess. I don't know. But, we'll just move on from it, and we're having fun with everybody.
Well, it certainly has been fun to watch tonight. A really fun race to watch. You finished 3rd here tonight, so before we let you go, is there anybody you'd like to thank or shout out?
I want to thank Lumber1, Home Center, Central Arkansas. Anybody with home construction, building material needs. If you're in the Central Arkansas area, if you're out there watching by chance, but hits up Misfit Motorsports, Zab Moto, teammate over there, Jimmy. We get in these things and have fun together, so it's good to race on Thursdays.
Well, it certainly has been fun to watch you go at it. Congratulations. Go enjoy the 3rd place finish, and we will see you next Thursday.
Thank you, Dawson. Appreciate it.
Matt Hayden, the man who finishes in the 3rd position. Now we go to the man who made the bold call to stay out on the racetrack and came up one spot short, about a car length short. And as the driver of the 4, Cody Eldred, the Sharpie Chevrolet. We'll see what he's got to say about his effort here tonight. 2nd place finisher, Cody Eldred. It's Dawson in the booth. You get a copy.
I gotcha.
Well, you come up a spot short, and I'm sure that stings a little bit, but you held on there on a couple lap older tires, a late race restart. Take me through, first off, the decision to stay out on older tires, and then also the run to the end, if there's anything you could have done differently.
Well, I'm happy with P2 because I was probably gonna finish 7th or 8th, somewhere around there. I was just managing tires, making sure I stay off the wall. This is a momentum track, so you want to be perfect every time. But those cautions fell into my favor. That was actually my out lap, so I was on technically lap old tires. That's what made me stay out. And I was like, hell, I'm gonna make it on fuel. Might as well stay out, see what I can get. And I didn't know the entire field was gonna pit. So yeah, got lucky on that one restart. Got to lead a couple more pace laps, and tried timing my restart a little bit better, or as good as that first one, because I had a good jump on him. But he was a great gentleman going into turn 2. I threw 2 blocks, and he started getting around me, coming to the line again. Had a good run coming out of turn 1. Turn 2 got a little slide coming out, lost a little bit of momentum, but I thought I had it going into 30, trying to line up that inside line, but I think I broke a little bit too much and lost too much momentum. But I wasn't gonna wreck him or anything for the win because he was such a gentleman. He's good to race around, so I want to keep that reputation. I don't like wrecking people, but as of right now, I took the points lead, so P2 is good for me right now.
Well, absolutely. And I was going to ask you about that. You do inherit the points lead tonight. You have a 7-point lead over Matt Hayden, who finishes a spot behind you in 3rd. So, just kind of take me through your start to the season, kind of where your confidence is at now. You inherit the points lead in week number 4, and as we go forward, knowing the points format, what's your confidence like now that you're atop the standings?
I just got to keep being this consistent. I've had good runs these Thursdays, tracks that agree with me. Indianapolis, I ran there a couple weeks ago in a league, and I didn't do too well. But hopefully I can get some practice laps in. That's my problem. Don't have enough time for practice. I'm sure it's a lot of people's issue here, but it pays off when you can get them. And I just look forward to the race, the rest of the season here. These guys are pretty good to race around, fair. But I have a bunch of fun racing here, and I'm glad you guys are here for the ride and broadcasting.
Well, absolutely, and it has been fun to watch. Has been fun for me up here as well. Well, before we let you go, a 2nd-place finish tonight here in Pocono, so before I let you go and celebrate, is there anybody you'd like to thank or shout out?
Just you broadcasters, Alex for putting the league on, and my wife for letting me do this, and all those fans watching.
Right.
Appreciate those follows and views you guys put on this.
All right, well, congratulations tonight on a 2nd-place effort. A great run. You inherit the points lead tonight. Congratulations. Go enjoy it. Go celebrate. We will see you next Thursday in Indianapolis.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Cody Eldred, the 2nd-place finisher, and leads us to the man of the hour, the man in victory lane tonight for the first time on Thursdays, and that is Christian Strader in the 12. Our winner here from Pocono, Christian Strader. It's Dawson in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Dawson.
Well, you finally get it off your back. You get in victory lane. I called this race in the championship race last season the one that got away, because I really did think you had the speed to win that race. A couple of pit road miscues, and you end up finishing, I think, 3rd in that race, if I remember correctly. You come back tonight, and it just would not be denied. Take me through that run to the end, especially that last green-white checkered as you got past Cody Eldred to win the race.
I mean, I definitely thought I had contention speed with Matt, but I did spin off pit road again and kind of cost me something. And I don't know, like this one doesn't sit the best because I just lucked into being in the lead at the end there. But the run with Cody was a lot of fun. He put up a really good fight being on no tires there, and so shouts out to him.
Well, absolutely. It was a fun run to watch here to the end of the race. You've got to win now. You got that, done and over with for the first time. You're in victory lane. Another good points night for you as well. So just kind of take me through, what does this win do for you going forward this season?
Oh, it does a lot, though. I've been making a lot of mistakes on pit road and just small little mistakes, trying to grab an extra 10th, trying to get the first win and at least getting that off my back. I think I'll be able to try to run a little smoother, be a little cleaner during some of the more important parts of the race.
Well, absolutely. Well, you get the job done tonight. You're in victory lane, your first win of the season here on Thursday. So before I let you go and celebrate, is there anybody you'd like to thank or shout out?
Shout out to Alex for giving me a chance to win that race there, basically. But other than that, shout out to you guys. We really appreciate it, and you guys do a great job up in the booth too.
All right, well, congratulations on a victory here tonight in Pocono. Go enjoy it. Go celebrate, and we'll see you next week in Indianapolis.
Sounds good, man.
Our winner tonight, Christian Schrader in the 12, gets the job done for the first time on Thursday nights. It's going to all but do it for us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Thank you so much for coming out and watching tonight. Go over to the Ghost Racing Network right now. PGR Esports Thursday night money racing as the Gen 6s are on Talladega. They're about 11 laps in. I'm heading that way myself to go help on the call with Austin Green over there. Thank you again so much, everybody, for watching. Go check out Ghost Racing Network and check out other OP Racing series on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Join us next week at 8:50 p.m. Eastern as we head to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway as the Gen 4 cars take on the flat 2-mile oval, the legendary Brickyard Oval in Indianapolis, as we do our take on the Brickyard 400. Christian Schrader wins tonight in Pocono in a great battle with Cody Eldred, and that's going to all but do it here for Thursday nights. My name is Dawson Wise. You've been watching the Turn 3 Racing Network. We will see everybody